Hello, everyone, and welcome to the third episode of Shiksha Talkies. Our guest today is Mr. Abdul Nasir Sheikh. He's the CEO of Lexicon Management Institute of Leadership and Excellence. He's a TEDx speaker and he's a hospitality and management consultant. Thank you very much for joining us today, Mr. Nasir Sheikh.
So the curriculums are different. The global MBA curriculums are based on the curriculum that has been worked with the two universities. The curriculum for the PGDM is something that is worked around the direction that we have from the AICTE and the industry inputs that we get and we build that in. So the curriculums for both are varied. The other aspect is in the PGDM course, you've got longer internship assignment where you have more industry exposure, where they are spending time with the experts. In the international program, that is a little shorter. That's the internship is much shorter. With all three of them, what's a commonality is that we're creating a mindset which enables you to be successful when you enter the corporate world, which enables you to be successful also in a big way in your personal world. Because you've got a lot of 360-degree activities helping you to build a mindset that will help you in on the personal front. So that's the commonality out there. If you kind of go to what is unique to each program, to the PGDM, it's the 9-month industry exposure that we have, which gives you a chance to really understand what you want to do and at the same time get a deep look into what's happening in the corporate world. In the global piece, it is the exposure that you get when you are studying abroad in these universities. Now, normally, if you are going and studying, want to do a full-blown study abroad program, the cost of the program will be at least 3x of what you would end up doing when you're doing a global MBA. So there are a couple of things that I would like to add. One of the things that you can call it as a class agreement or as a agreement that we have with our students is that placement is a two-way process. It's a process where both the student needs to invest and the institution needs to invest. It's not a one-way investment. As much as we will kind of guide you, teach you, and train you, you need to kind of be putting in the same effort to get the end result that we both want, which is a great placement. So that's one of the agreements that we try to set up in the beginning of the course itself, in the beginning of the 2 years itself. Second, I kind of mentioned it in brief, but we have a process in place which is a 2-year process which has 3 milestones. One, the first part is evaluation. The second part is planning. The third part is preparing, which leads to your final phase, which is the placement part of it. So you have 3 milestones that happen actually before the placement. And each of these milestones have tasks enlisted below it and things that we need to do both as an institution and as a student to ensure that we are well prepared for the placement. 3, the other piece which I'm very, very happy about is that we are able to commit to our students that we'll get you 5 interviews at a minimum where you have an opportunity to present yourself and get selected. The second thing is that if you got selected in one, we are not going to restrict you from sitting for a second. We will allow you to at least get 2 opportunities from the corporate world so that it allows you to choose which is better. Because a lot of times there's a restriction on the students saying that you can only sit for a second opportunity if there is an X amount of rupee value more in your offer. But it's not necessary that I want to sit for an interview because it's offering more money. It could be a brand that I want to be associated with. And more often than not, if you've got a job in your pocket, your second interview is more confident and you kind of come out with a better result than you would have had in the first interview. So that's the other opportunity that we give our students. I think it boils down to three things. The first piece is intent, right? What are we there as an institution for? It's very clear that our intent is to ensure that our students come out as well-rounded professionals. That they understand that life, one, is not easy. There will be obstacles and there will be adversities that are there for you, but you need to be both mentally and academically prepared to turn these obstacles to opportunities and these adversities to advantages. The second part in terms of relevance is, like I mentioned earlier, we take a lot of industry insights to kind of incorporate into our programs. So the thought process in terms of the studying material and what they're learning has been dynamic over the years. So they are learning what is extremely relevant to today's times. The third aspect that it's what is relevant to your question is that luckily for us, we are in this great country called India, which allows a great internal consumption. So whilst I think the world economy has been badly hit, and again, I don't think it's been hit. I think the world economy has been put on a pause. We have pressed that pause button. It's not that it was going downwards and it's continuing to go downwards, because we believe that lives are more important than the economy at that moment. Most of the world leaders chose to press the pause button. Based on recovery, you will see that pause button move off and we will be able to kickstart the economies. India has the advantage that due to the high internal consumption, I feel that the recovery will be faster. We are one of the first cultures that has focused so much on hygiene. And hence, I think the impact in our country is much lesser than it is elsewhere, because hygiene, in a way, is a big form of everything that we do. So if we practice this, I think still we should be able to come out very strongly in terms of the economy.